Hello everybody. So this is going to be a video about a problem that I have been facing for most of my life. Ever since I was a child, I have been struggling with social anxiety, and I get the feeling that many of you who are watching my videos have similar problems as well. One of my biggest challenges is blushing. I blush all the time, and that's one of the main symptoms of social anxiety, when you are just constantly blushing because you think everybody's judging you, everybody's talking about you in a bad way, and just a lot of negative thinking is going on inside our heads at the time. Well, now I realize that it manifests in many ways, and social anxiety can even be a problem for people who are usually kind of extroverted and outgoing, and even then they experience the hardship and the difficulty of living inside your head and worrying about what others might think of you. So I will use my cards to give us a message to meditate on, to help us improve ourselves in this aspect, to help us become more sociable and less involved with our negative thinking. So let me just shuffle the cards a little more, and I know that the tarot is going to help us figure out a way to deal with this. And to those of you who are struggling with social anxiety, I would like you to know that you are not alone. Many of us experience these kind of things. The awkwardness, the fear, the blushing, the sweating, the shakes, just the general bad feeling that comes with being in certain social situations. All right. So, I would now like to ask you to remember a time when you were on top of your game socially. I'm certain that you are the biggest judge of yourself, that you judge yourself all the time, you criticize yourself. But even then, you need to admit that there are certain times when you are brilliant, when you can do things easily, when you can express yourself smoothly, and you can, everything just, it's like it happens by itself. And I want you to remember the flexibility and the flow that comes with that feeling. And even if it was just a very minor thing, like you were able to greet somebody without looking away, without shaking, without feeling stressed. Even the small things matter. So any kind of minor or major victory that comes to your mind regarding the fight that you're fighting every day against social anxiety. So I want you to visualize and remember a time when you could conquer those feelings inside of you that are holding you back. And we're going to go from there. So I'm going to count from 1 to 5, because we are increasing the energy from 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have arrived, and you are now both relaxed and optimistic about the future. And we're going to ask the major life force, God or the universe or the spirit of the tarot, whatever you want to call it, to give us a message that we can work with. And I kind of feel guided to draw 2 cards. I don't know how they are going to relate to each other, but I know that we need two sides of the same problem. All right. What's interesting that right now I am experiencing ASMR. And it happens sometimes spontaneously, and it's really a beautiful, reinforcing feeling. Something good is about to happen. Something nice is going on. All right. So, the 2 cards we have are really powerful and intense. And it's all about life force, the energy that resides within all of us. You can call it spirit, you can call it soul, or Shakti, or Chi, or anything that you feel comfortable with. But the point is the same. It's that we have this beautiful and magnificent and limitless understanding inside of us that allows us to reinvent ourselves every now and then. And the Judgment card in this context with the Page of Wands, here it's called the Knave of Wands, but it's the Page of Wands nonetheless. So these 2 cards together suggest that there is a need for reinventing and reorganizing ourselves in a way that our energy can flow. So what this problem really is, it's a clog in the way of our life force, our energies that are flowing. And there is an exchange, there is supposed to be an exchange between us and the world. And when we experience social anxiety and all the symptoms that come with it, we experience this obstacle, this wall, this isolation from our environment. And what needs to happen is we need to look for ways to release our energies, to get the flow going. It looks to me like we are struggling with giving and receiving in a way. And there is a lot of things to be learned about that. There should be an exchange of energy that happens naturally, but due to negative experiences and negative thinking, it's blocked. So what happens naturally for children, and this card, the Page of Wands, I usually associate it with the beginning, the initial stages of spirit, when somebody is just a little infant, a child, and they look around and try to embrace the world, and they are just fearlessly, courageously walking into the unknown. And there's this sense of wonder and curiosity and playfulness, a playful engagement with the environment. This is what this card represents, and this is what we all have. This is where we come from. We used to have this frame of mind. We were interested in the world, and we wanted to learn more about how things work, and we just wanted to explore our surroundings. And that somehow stopped when we started being shy and withdrawn and anxious. There was a couple of negative experiences that reinforced the idea that we should somehow close up the emotions and bottle the emotions that we have, and not let anybody see us for who we really are. And so there was this tendency to withdraw into our shell, and that needs to be re-evaluated. That needs to be rewritten. And the Judgment card, in my experience, is really about rewriting our programming, shedding our snake skin. And there was a time in my life when this card was really, really important to me. And I had a series of dreams with eggs. And I don't exactly remember how I connected to this card to the symbol of the egg, but somehow it was evident, and it started to appear more and more. And the egg is the beginning of a new life, and the egg needs to be broken from the inside. So there is a force that needs to be applied, a breakthrough of energy that needs to happen in order for new life to begin. And the Judgment card, in my opinion, is a representation of that. And at the time this card was relevant to my life, I felt the need to really rethink my whole existence and take a closer look at where I'm going and what I'm doing with my life. But at the same time, all these changes were happening spontaneously, without me even asking or anticipating it. So it just happened, and the result is that I am now a more open person. I have less trouble with social anxiety. Every now and then it comes back, but I have a new perspective on it. And I think I will talk about this more in future videos. So if you want to hear more about this, I suggest that you subscribe so that you can follow my videos. And so that's all I wanted to say for now. I hope it started something inside of you, some kind of understanding is happening inside of you. And I wish you good luck, and don't forget that this is all just a phase. The egg is just a step in the evolution of the being that comes from the egg. So be compassionate to yourself and to those around you, and understand that some things need to happen sometimes that are uncomfortable. But it's all fine, it's all right. So I hope to see you again in my future videos. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I wish you good luck. Goodbye.